Do you have any idea what all of this means for the next season of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives?
I don't know, because right now we're on a film pause. I feel like all of us right now are just trying to be like, okay, we're human beings first, and let's figure that out, and then we'll get back to filming the show. Clearly there's no shortage of drama in our lives, so if we get another season, it's gonna be good.
Yeah. What do you think, obviously, because of all of this coming out, like if you did resume filming, you're going to have to talk about all of this. Like, what do you think it would take for you to feel comfortable to start filming again?
I think now we're at a point where we're like, okay, the world knows, and like the info's out there. And so, now we're good, and we can speak on the things we know, and we can talk about it in a real way, rather than before we were like, we don't even know if this is going to get out. So we didn't know if we could even talk about it when we were filming. Now we can.
This is the first time in the history of The Bachelorette that the show was pulled right before the premiere.
Yeah.
What was your reaction when you found out?
I wasn't super surprised, because I felt like there was a lot of discourse online that they probably needed to. But I have to say, I saw Taylor during that journey, and she was a different person. I genuinely feel like she needed to get away from Dakota. She stepped into like a really confident, amazing era. I saw her twice, and I was like, your aura's different, your energy's different. And it was like the old Taylor again. So I am so sad, because I really wanted people to see that side of Taylor, and maybe one day they will, who knows. But I just felt like it was such a good experience for her, and I'm really sad, because it was very wholesome and dramatic, but amazing. So
did you have a heads up, or did you find out when the news broke?
No, I found out when the news broke. Yeah. I was dancing with Sasha from Dancing with the Stars. We were doing a little dance lesson, and my friend was with us, and she goes, pause, breaking news. And I was like, what? So yeah.
And when that happens, you just immediately go to the group chat? Like, what were all the other women
Taylor
saying?
was calling me. So I had 2 missed calls from her, and I was like, oh shit. So I answered, and she was just like, how are you? The thing about Taylor is she's always checked. Like she has her own shit going on. So sometimes she's like not very present, but she does care about her friends. So she was like, how are you doing? I just heard. And I was like, how are you doing?
So how is she doing?
I actually talked to her right before I came in here, and she seemed pretty positive today. And I think she knows that this is going to be a long and scary journey. And the thing about Taylor, she always tells the truth. She's known for that. And I think she's going to handle this in the best way possible. And I think she's taking a beat to figure that out. She's not just running to TMZ and leaking stories. So I think that's the right way to go about it.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
TMZ is having
the best week ever.
Literally a renaissance. TMZ is we are so back.
That's so true.
Obviously, there's a lot of speculation online that people close to Taylor have been leaking things to the press, or people close to Dakota or Dakota himself. Have you heard anything about, and do you know of anyone leaking anything?
I don't know who it is, but if I had to guess, it's Dakota. For sure.
Do you think Dakota sold the video to TMZ?
Yeah.
When you think about him selling that to TMZ, why do you think he did it now? Because he's been holding on to that for 3 years.
Everyone's speculating about the timing. Could be it. I definitely think that has something to do with it. I don't know if he was holding it over her head for that long. Maybe they were doing that to each other. I have no clue the ins and outs, but I just think the timing is a little crazy. So
when is the last time you spoke to Dakota?
Oh, probably 2 weeks ago. He was at my house a lot because of him and Jordan's dynamic. So through all of this, he's actually been at my house quite often. Just I was never engaging, but he was around Jordan. So yeah, probably 2 weeks ago.
And how were those conversations?
I didn't hear a lot of them. I tried to stay out of it because I'm Taylor's friend, but Jordan and him love to gossip.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Yeah. With everything that's come out in the past few days, do you think Mom Talk will survive this?
That is the only time that this phrase applies. And I actually don't know. We're falling apart over here.
I know. I think it's there's the Taylor and Dakota thing, which has been really hard, because I think you're right. It's we're seeing people online being